Season 2, Episode 2 opens with the superintendent of the Indian Valley Railroad looking for Mr. Conductor, but Mr. C is playing little tricks on him and refusing to show himself. And just as I feared, it seems that Dan and Carolyn have officially replaced Matt and Tanya, without even the characters saying so much as a goodbye. They are not in this episode at all. We then meet a bus driver named Felix, who is an old friend of Stacy because the two of them used to do theater together. I know absolutely nothing about theater. Felix asks Stacy why she hasn't been in any of his plays in a while. She states that she's just way too busy running Shining Time Station. Then Schemer chimes in on saying, I know he's quite the actor himself, but he can be kinda hard to work with. After Schemer and the adults leave, Dan and Carolyn have a conversation about what acting really is and how it's basically just playing pretend. So their friend comes in and they pretend that they actually have jobs at the station just to mess with her. However, the game goes too far when Dan answers the phone from the superintendent saying that he is the assistant manager. And even their friend asks and receives a party to have there. While the kids are stressed out of their minds, Schemer notices their big lie, and as a form of blackmail, makes the kids their personal servants for the day and having them do all the manual labor that he doesn't want to do throughout the station. We then find out that one of the cowboy twin puppets is actually a lying piece of shit. As the kids express their frustrations to Mr. Conductor tells a Thomas tale. You know, the one where Duck got banned or whatever. I don't know, it's been a year, give me some break. I'd also like to point out that while I was editing this, I noticed that the version that I found on YouTube actually ended up editing out one of the Thomas stories entirely, which is why that edit was really weird. But the really weird part about it that the second Thomas story is still in the episode in its entirety. I don't know, maybe Hasbro hit them with a copyright claim and they just needed to edit that out. I don't know, anything could have happened. But anyway, back to the video. The kids tell Mr. Conductor that they were just pretending and they weren't telling a lie. But Mr. C tells them that even though they were pretending, it went way too far and they really need to fix this shit. Okay, I just want to point out that I'm recording this video in February of 2024, you know, Black History Month. So it's a little awkward to see Schemer, the white man, make a little black girl do all his dirty work. I don't know, just play a song, please. God, get me out of here. After Mr. Conductor had a shenanigan with swans, he then tells the kids the story of when James got himself in a big fat-ass lie and had to deal with those consequences.
Come on, Thomas.
After the story, the superintendent stops by to find the famous person that Dan was talking about earlier. But the famous person's not there because Dan and Carolyn were lying about it. And so Stacy, Billy, that's his name, and the superintendent are all very mad at them. The superintendent in particular is very mad at Schemer because of how unprofessional and unorderly it all is. The kids have a serious conversation with Stacy and Billy, and they learn their lesson. And hey, Schemer even gets to be in Felix's next play. He gets to play Old MacDonald alongside a pig. This episode is your typical, nice, heartwarming kids show story about don't tell a lie or else it's gonna go a little too far. The episode had a nice moral that you typically see in a lot of other kids shows, and it's a nice, sweet, heartwarming episode of Shining Time Station as usual.